Hey everyone, today we're looking at some Ghostbusters, as you can see. So I haven't done a video in a while, mostly because I just haven't really found anything too much to do a video on, or my video keeps failing to upload, or I lose the recording. So hopefully this will be fine, because we're in October. It's the spooky season. So Ghostbusters, kind of spooky. You got ghosts, kind of works. So as you can see, we have these figures are supposed to be in they're supposed to be coming out along with the new Ghostbusters movie, but I think these figures came out last year, because the new Ghostbusters movie, I think, was supposed to come out last year, but then because of everything going on, I think it was delayed, because I think it's coming out this year, I think. Anyway, so we have here the 4 original Ghostbusters. We've got Ray Stantz, Egon Spengler, Peter Venkman, and Winston Zeddemore. And I've never really been a massive fan of Ghostbusters. It's something that I can watch, but not a massive fan. But I really like the figures and the gadgets and all that, all the like technical bits that comes with it. These figures do also have a Ecto-1 vehicle. I'm hoping to get that soon as well. So maybe closer to Halloween, hopefully, we'll be taking a look at the Ecto-1 as well. And you might, if you've seen my previous videos, you may remember I've done a figure unboxing of the real Ghostbusters Peter Venkman. So these figures are similar style. Like, you've got the cartoony style, but they're based more on the movies rather than the real Ghostbusters animated series, because the real Ghostbusters figures from the Kenner classics and all that, those are based on the animated series. That's why they look they look slightly different than these figures. But yeah, each character has this cool caricature animated artwork of themselves and the figure. And this is doesn't say anywhere, does it? Oh yeah, this is part of the Fright Feature set. So they did do, way back when the real Ghostbusters figures came out, they had a Fright Feature set of figures where the Ghostbuster characters had some kind of like those cartoony eyes popping out and things like that. But this time the Fright Feature is on the Ghost, and I kind of prefer that. I don't really like those figures where they have the like that silly, like the eyes popping out and things like that. I don't really like those. But each of these also has a little backstory there. If you can see that. You can pause the video and pause that. I'm gonna get all the other ones quickly. Here's Ray. Egon. And Winston. All right, and like I said, these all have their own artwork. The artwork actually looks pretty cool. The figures look really cool. I really like them. And there's Ray. So yeah, and I was reading some people saying how the figures don't look like the artwork, and they don't really look like the person they're supposed to be in the movie or something like that. Like that they don't actually look like them, and I honestly don't know what people are talking about, because seeing this, I would recognize that as Bill Murray. Like I still recognize all of these as the Ghostbusters. Like even if I just saw the figures without the packaging. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I think people are a little bit too picky with some things. Also, this is a toy for kids. There you go, 4+. And I've seen some people comparing these to the Hasbro, I don't know what they're called. I think it's like the Legacy Collection Ghostbusters or something like that. The 6-7 inch fully posable action figures. Basically the Marvel Legends type Ghostbuster figures with all the articulations and all the detailing and accessories and all that. And I just feel like comparing something like this to one of those higher grade toys is unfair to this toy, because like whether you like this or not, of course it's not gonna look as realistic as the high grade one. That's why there's a you know, price difference. This is for kids. Excuse me. This is for kids, and like you know, you still know who they are. Oh, like I say, I think sometimes people are a bit too picky. Anyway, we're opening these up, so let's start with Ray. And they do have the same kind of thing like the real Ghostbusters, with the backpacks plugging into the back, except the wand is connected with a softer rubbery cable rather than a string. And I don't know, all right. Out the way. Don't need that. Right. We have our Fright Fright Feature Ghost. So this one has a button over here where when you press it, it breaks open. And I think, yeah, so Ray and Peter Venkman have the same ghost, just different color. And then Winston and Egon also have the same ghost, just different colors. And okay, this is odd. So here's our backpack. What was it called? A proton pack. The little ghost hunting backpack they have. Oh, you can plug it up here as well. Yeah. I kind of feel like the Kenner Classic with the actual string would have been better though, to keep the string. I do like that this actually has more detailing on it though, like at the back here, which if you're plugging it on the figure, you're never gonna see any of this. So it's quite nice that they actually put in this detail. It's quite nice. And this is more, it's not hard plastic, it's more like a harder rubbery plastic. Pretty good. Here we go. So here's Ray. And I'm not gonna bother going over each figure's articulation. They're all gonna be the same. So we've got legs, arms, and heads turn. They won't turn all the way around because of the high collar on the jumpsuit, but it's all right. And this is a really nice little detail. They do have the names on the name tag there on the chest, so that's really cool. And here we have the peg hole for our backpack, for our proton. I'm pretty sure it's a proton pack or something like that. And yeah, that looks really good. It's a really nice looking figure. And yeah, and I definitely would recognize this as Ray from Ghostbusters. What was the actor's name? Is this one Dan Aykroyd? I think it was Dan Aykroyd or something like that. Something along those lines. Alright, so next we're going to take a look at Winston, who has this Donald Trump looking ghost. It even has the weird hairstyle. And it's funny because that one's orange, so that one looks more like Donald Trump. But yeah, whoop, dropped that. And yeah, everything's fine. But yeah, like I said, if I manage to get the Ecto 1 for these figures, I will be doing another video. Also, as I mentioned, I did the Peter Venkman Real Ghostbusters figure. I do want to try to get the other 3 figures from that line as well, and the Ecto 1 that goes with those figures. So if I manage to get any of those, I will try to do a video on them, hopefully before or on Halloween, because I do want to do a video on Halloween. So if I manage to get some of those figures, that would be really cool, and the cars. So yeah. So I probably won't be doing like daily videos, but whenever I find something interesting enough to do a video on, I'll try to do a video on that. Anyway, back to this. Here's our Donald Trump looking ghost. And again, with the button on the back there on his ass. Alright, so you just press it and it basically just... Oh, okay. Does that. Alright, there's Winston. I don't understand why they weaved this wand like through there and then through here, and then the string part comes out here. Like, okay, they could have done this more easier to take out. Again, this is meant to be for a 4+ child. Like, okay, definitely gonna need to help that kid to take these things out. I mean, to be fair, you always have that problem with toy packaging. It's for kids, but sometimes it's made in a way that you can barely get it open, and they expect a kid to get this out of the packaging. I mean, I guess they probably don't, but whatever. I feel like they could be they could make the packaging a bit easier. So yeah, here we have Winston, and same as before. Hopefully you can see that. He's got his name there, Zeddemore. Is that what it says? Zeddemore, yeah. Just making sure I didn't screw up the name there. Let's see. You kind of looks like they're about the same height, each figure, which is fine. I don't mind that, cause yeah, I guess like Egon, if I remember correctly, was the tallest one. And I can't remember who was the shortest. It was either Ray or Peter Venkman that was the shortest one, I think. I can't remember. But they're basically the same height, these figures. But that's alright. It's not gonna ruin a person's imagination. I imagine these figures will look pretty cool if you have them with the Ecto-1 displayed on your shelf either way. And here we have Egon. So one of the main reasons I decided to buy all 4 of these is last time I bought Peter Venkman for the real Ghostbusters, and I do currently have these other 3 characters on my watch list, but out of all of them, Egon has been the hardest one to find and ends up being way more overpriced than any of the others. So in this case, I thought I'm just gonna get all 4 of them and make sure I have them, and yeah. So that's what I did. And hopefully I'll be able to get the real Ghostbusters as well. Come on, there we go. There's one thing I never really understood. It's like, I mean, I get that they changed the styles in the real Ghostbusters, but why did they make Egon blonde in the real Ghostbusters? They all have dark hair, but then they made him blonde in the animated series. Fair enough, but alright. So, like I said, this is the exact same one as that yellow one there, so I'm gonna keep this one closed. I mean, you already... wait. The insides were, yeah, the insides were different color as well. Come on, open up. There we go. So he's got the turquoisey green with the, oops, with the blue face. Pretty cool. We have a Donald Trump action figure. Not sure who in the world was asking for that, but all right. There we go. That's a little bit easier. There it is. Just gonna plug this on there. And here's Egon. I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing the names right, but the head articulation seems to be a little bit stiffer on these figures, but it's alright. And again, we have, hopefully you can see that, we have Spengler on the name tag. We have our backpack. So, like I said, these things are pretty much the same as the real Ghostbusters, except for the fact that they don't have the string. They have these softer, rubbery plastic cords, and the pegs are shorter than the real Ghostbusters backpacks, and they also have like the cut off circle edge there, so whatever, so you know, like you can't put it on upside down, like, you know, if you know your shapes, you know this goes that way. Oh yeah, I forgot to show off the little ghost symbol. They all have that on their shoulder. Right there. But see, with the head sculpt, I'm not sure about Winston, but Egon, because of his huge hair, maybe, excuse me, is a tiny bit taller. So, yeah. Even seeing them like this, next to each other, you know which character is which. So, yeah. And lastly, we have Peter Venkman. So, yeah. Also, with these figures, they are supposed to be, I don't know if they already came out or if they're going to come out, but they are supposed to have the, is it the 4 main kids from the new movie in this figure style. And then the Ecto one for these figures, it has that swing out seat, what we saw in the trailer, where the seat comes out of the car, and I think one of the main kids is shooting the same kind of cannon, like the backpacks from the seat, I think. So that Ecto one for these figures, it has that play feature where the seat comes out of the car and you can sit the figures on there. And yeah, they are supposed to have the main kids from the new movie as well in this form. Probably won't be getting those. I'm not really too fast. I mainly wanted to get these guys because they're the main original ones. And yeah, but I thought I'd bring that up just in case, because you know that is an option. I don't know if they're gonna be releasing any more like ghosts and stuff like that. I hope they do. Like for this line, for the movie line, I hope they do bring out more figures as well, like more ghosts, like not just these little Fright Feature ghosts, but some, like in one of the last trailers for the movie, you had the marshmallow puff, whatever it's called, that thing in the image there. You had a bunch of tiny marshmallows come to life, turn into that in a supermarket. And I think, is it Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, was in the supermarket, and he saw them come to life and roast each other and things like that. It was actually quite funny. So hopefully we'll see more ghost figures as well. I don't know if there's any plans on them releasing a Paul Rudd figure. Like, I don't know how big his role in the movie is, because I think he's meant to be the father of one of the main kids. And I think one of the main kids is meant to be like the grandson of Egon. I think that was the plot. I can't remember properly. but I think that was the deal. Because, of course, the actor that played Egon, I don't remember his name, but he died quite some time ago now. I'm not sure how long ago, but yeah. And Paul Rudd's character, it might be like Egon's son and father of one of the main kids in the new movie. So who knows, maybe Paul Rudd will wield one of the proton packs as well. Anyway, we have the Slimer looking, I was about to say alien. We have the Slimer looking ghost that comes with Peter Venkman. And same as the pink one, push the button and it opens up. And this one on the inside is yellow with a pink tongue. And this one on the inside was green with a blue tongue. Again, I'm going to close this one because we have one on display opened up. And here's Peter Venkman. There we go. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a decent caricature likeness of Bill Murray. I'd recognize him as Bill Murray's character. All right, everything works. Yeah, pretty good. And as always, we have Venkman on the chest there. It's actually really cool. The names are actually printed really neatly. So that's really nice to see that they managed to print these. Even the shoulder logos are really neat. Like sometimes, like you get a tiny bit of paint going over the line, like here on the forehead. But then again, that's more like painting the color in. This would be some kind of printing thing where they just stamp it in place. If you've ever seen how they make Lego minifigures, I imagine it's similar kind of thing where they have that some kind of machine and it just stamps it into place, or something like that, I would imagine. But yeah, I really like these figures. These are really cool. So let's see. Put the backpack on. And yeah, all of these figures, they can hold the wands. If I just do this, which is the correct way. Yeah, this is the correct way to hold it. There we go. So yeah, so they can hold it. And one of the only gripes, or one of the gripes some people had with these figures, same as with the real Ghostbuster figures, is the fact that, oops, just knocked them over, is the fact that the wand plugs into the backpack pointing upwards when it should be pointing downwards. I personally don't really care. It doesn't make much difference to me. Like, you could try to somehow maneuver it to point downwards, but then the cable looks silly. It kind of looks like a handle. So I'd rather keep it looking normal-ish. rather than having a completely accurate. It doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Yeah, just take that out and plug it up here. But yeah, it looks like for some reason you can plug it over here as well. Either that, or there's gonna be some other things later on that, like other accessories that you can plug onto your backpacks. But yeah, that's the Ghostbusters. Like I said, I'm not a massive Ghostbusters fan or Ghostbusters nerd or whatever you would call someone who knows everything about Ghostbusters. I don't know everything. I've seen all three movies that they've done so far, and I don't actually know. I probably talked about this in the Peter Venkman Real Ghostbusters video. I don't think I ever seen the Real Ghostbusters. I might have seen an episode or two when it played on TV. I'm not sure. Never really watched that. Like I said, I'm not a massive fan, but the figures look awesome. Really like the figures. I really like the spooky factor of Ghostbusters. Probably not a popular opinion, but I actually really liked the was it 2016 remake with the female Ghostbusters. I actually really liked that movie. But you know, a lot of people didn't, or some people didn't. That's fair enough. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Ghostbusters. I wouldn't judge anyone for liking something that I didn't like, or you know. But things happen like that. Like I said, this is probably not the most popular opinion. I don't know. I don't know if anybody watching this video, if anyone even watches this, is a huge Ghostbusters fan. I mean, maybe that's probably why you came to see this video, if anyone's watching. And for that, thank you. And no matter what's been said, don't take anything I say personally. I have no idea about most of the Ghostbusters universe, so like I said, I'm not a massive fan. But I did like the remake movie. The original movies, I like them. I can watch them, but it's still not one of my favorite franchises that I could go and watch over and over. I can watch it, but I don't have to, if that makes sense. But either way, this has been, I want to say, the first part to the spooky season for me. And yeah, as I said at the start, I will try to get, hopefully, the Ecto one for these guys, and hopefully the Ecto one for the real Ghostbusters as well, along with the rest of the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters that I am missing. Hopefully I'll be able to do that before, or at least on, on Halloween. So keep an eye out for that if this interests you at all. And leave any comments below what you think about these figures. Do you like them? Is this something that, you know, you would pick up for yourself? Because I know, I get that not everyone's gonna love these figures. That's fair enough. Again, I would never judge someone. Like, even if you go into the comments and tell me these figures are complete crap, why are you wasting your time on them? That's fair enough if that's what you think. But you know, let me know in the comments what you think about these figures. Are you gonna get the Ecto 1, the other figures in this line? Whatever. Like, are you looking forward to the new movie? That as well, actually. Because, like I said, I feel like that's supposed to be coming out this year. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it's coming out this year. So, yeah. As always, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. And if anyone leaves comments below, I guess I'll see your comments. That's a crappy way to end the video, but whatever. Just have fun. Let me know what you think of these figures. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you.